welcome back to Two Peas in a Pod. This is the podcast with two sisters where we get real light and deep into different conversations. But today's episode is a super special episode. And
super special.
This is going to be a little bit about friendship, about beauty, and maybe even a little bit of your guilty pleasure sheet masks.
We have a celebrated dermatologist who makes half the city glow and the rest of the half wish they glowed like the rest of us. So welcome on our show, Dr. B. So that's how I call her. We have Dr. Bhairavi Senthil with us on Two Peas in a Pod. Our first guest here with us. Hi, Doctor.
Thank you so much. I think nobody can introduce me better than Anusha and of course Rave. But I'm going to be more partial to Anusha because she is like my soul sister, I would say as well.
100%, yes.
So,
for us, a little context over here is she's not just any celebrity dermatologist. She's my best friend. In honesty, if I have to be completely honest, she's sometimes my secret keeper. She's seen me through my worst breakouts, my best outfits, and to be very honest, other than my sister, probably she's the only one who's seen me homeless in PJs. Honestly, I don't have makeup on, like I don't have base. She just asked me that before the cameras could go rolling, and it's all her. That's what it is.
and wouldn't you agree with me, the best accessory that you can actually wear is amazing looking skin?
100%, Doc.
You would know, Doc, really.
We all align in a certain sense that way because I think we agree on that.
Yes.
That self-care is, like just you said, self-respect. That's the most
Absolutely.
important thing.
Yes.
And when you look at yourself in the mirror, and you should be able to feel like that person and that reflection has got it, can do it. So that's
Yes.
how you put your best foot forward, and you have taught me that, Doc, from day one. So before we get into anything, I have to tell people how I met you.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember.
I think a lot of people are curious about that.
100%. You won't
How
believe
they
it.
though? Why now?
I'll tell you why. To all of you guys, you will not believe it. So after I delivered my first son, Rudradev, I was on an app, I was on Google looking for the best luxury skin dermatologist. I Googled her and Tracto rated her the top and the best, and that's how we met.
And for good reason,
And
really.
I must tell you this, you are extremely intimidating. Okay, because nobody can kind of understand how warm you are
Thank you,
until
Doc.
they
I'm just
meet
about to
you.
get
But
to
then the kind of image that you always had
Right?
was this, attractive, beautiful, young entrepreneur who has this air around. I think it's an aura that you have, which is pretty intimidating.
Doc, it's the same for you as well. I hope you know that, that's how we actually like kind of align. I feel like, I don't know, do you remember the first time you met me when I walked into your...
I think the first impression was like, I think you are naturally so beautiful and all you wanted was to improve your skin health. I think after the delivery,
Yeah.
and I think that's
Yeah.
a difficult period for women, like postpartum, and you just wanted to get your old skin back.
Nobody tells you your neck is going to go pitch black.
Absolutely.
Nobody does. Everybody's talking about, oh, when you see the baby, you'll forget everything. No.
You're not going to forget
Yeah,
it. You are going to be reminded more because once the baby is born,
Yeah.
the responsibilities become much more. There's sleepless
100%.
nights. The progesterone is still falling down, but you're still not out of pregnancy at least for 6 months post-delivery.
I can
remember-
only imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we both went together to meet her.
I do remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we both went together to
And I'm
meet
Yeah.
her,
so
and
glad
Bob
you
gave us
sat
this-
through all the long explanations that I usually give, during consultation. Not everybody sometimes
I think
patient
that's
enough
very
to like
beautiful,
listen to
Doc,
that.
and also very necessary because I still remember you took this sheet of paper and you drew and you
Yes.
explained everything.
I still do that.
Yeah, you still do that. Yeah. But now you actually explain what will work for us and what will not. You kind of make it like a cocktail of stuff which can
Yeah.
actually work, and it's like tailored for each and every single person who believes in what they're coming to. Like I am one of those people who will never like question the program if I come, and I have never questioned
I think that's why it's been the easiest with you because you completely believe in me as a professional, and I think it's so
100%.
important that your patients or clients believe in you,
Yeah.
and for you it's like you're not in that category, you are my friend. But still it's like I feel skincare or anything that you do for yourself, you really have to believe in it, and it's a continued process for life.
That's true.
100%, yeah, that's something that you can never give up on as well. And I personally, I think both of us have seen you be fabulous and get more fabulous as in the past, like what our relationship is, what, like 8 years now with
Yes.
this. Next year it'll be 9 years because I kind of like equated with how old my son is getting.
Yes.
You know, that's how. And I've always seen you just be fabulous. You just get better and better like wine, you know. That's how it is, like red wine. And I would want that for me. And you've actually given me the opportunity to experience that. You've always been like, you're one of those people who are there on my speed dial on my private phone, like, you know.
Yes.
And I'm so privileged.
I think I'm privileged because for me, I think with you, it's beyond just a doctor-patient relationship.
Yeah.
It's friendship, and very rarely, you know, you meet such people where you can connect at every level. You know, it's not just a professional etiquette. It's beyond that. It's a connect that you get at a soul level.
So bad because I'm trauma dumping on her. You know, like I go there and I'm like, Doc, I feel like I really need to sponge off on your energy, and you've been this exuberant person.
It's kind of, you know, you kind of reinstall that women can empower women, or women can uplift women. I think that is something that I saw with you. And I always look forward to your appointment. You know? By the way, I put that couch in my consultation room for you.
Oh my God.
So that we can chat for longer time.
That's so sweet, and we have done that.
And I must tell you something, because I've been practicing almost for 15 years now. And I've known her for like 8 years, and she never takes advantage of that. She would call the appointment number.
Right.
She would call the client relationship manager.
Right.
She wouldn't message me directly because she's so respectful of the fact that I am a professional as well, and my time is important and her time is important as well. But then that's what Anusha is. I think you are.
Thank you so much.
I'm telling you, you are so rare.
You've been your daddy's daughter for sure, no doubt about it. Your dad has been this amazing doctor who set it all up. But it's two completely different worlds. Yours is more glamorous. Easily people could, like, you know, sabotage it, at the same time like praise it, like balance that you play with your clients. As much as like people, when there is something that goes wrong, people are always ready to jump in and say that has gone wrong. But I don't see how many people, honestly, Doc, every time I go out, when someone, like I said, people are rare. When people come and compliment, I really take it, like women, there's like 1 or 2 women who see me at functions and are like, my God, you look like a wax doll. And I'll actually be like, you know what, it's all Dr. B. I'm not kidding, because I know they would know you as well.
Thank you so much for that.
Everybody knows Dr. B.
Everybody
That's the
knows
truth.
you. And then
if somebody is looking good, then you automatically are forced to think, okay, maybe they are Dr. B's client.
You actually say that.
I'm not kidding. I've said that. If
I
I
see
see great skin.
reels. Yeah.
You know, I used to actually tell my husband this when we go for an event or something, and I'm seeing a lot of my patients or clients there. Of course, it's a very confidential business as well. Not everybody wants to, you know, reveal the fact that they are taking care of themselves in a certain way. That's understandable. But then times have changed. I think it's a trend, or it's also like, you know, a great fact that you are going to a dermatologist and taking care of yourself. But I still joke about the fact that I am the best kept secret, you know, for many, whether it's men or women. Nowadays, it's a very equal take. It's not just women.
Yeah, for sure. But then that's one thing that I always come to you with. Dr. B, but why would they not tell they're coming to you? Like, I'm so proud of it that I put in that effort to take care of myself. It means the world to me that I prioritize myself. Because I think the biggest investment you could ever do is yourself.
And doing it the right way. Because you're going to a medical professional. This is not something like a very superficial, you know, a temporary whatever taking care. It's not just a grooming technique or something. It's about what you do to improve your skin quality or to grow hair.
Holistically.
And now it's a lot into wellness. It's not just about applying medication. It's beyond that.
Yeah, and that's how your experiential center is also.
And what a beautiful, you know, it's truly an experiential center. When we both had come for the soft launch and you had this, you showed us around, it truly felt like something that I had never seen anywhere else. It's at, you know, world quality, at par with the best probably, and to see that kind of love, like I remember you said, I love what I do.
Yeah.
That truly shows in the work that you do, because unless and until you truly love what you do and you're invested in it with all your heart, I don't think you can create this kind of a base or clientele for yourself, or even impact people on that level that they never want to leave you.
I just feel you look good, you feel good.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
It's very,
And
very...
also for the people around you, almost like 50-60 people who are in the clinic, and all my staff, and if they see me dull, I don't think their performance is also going to be kind of affected because of that.
I can only think of your kids. I'm just thinking, okay, how must it be for her children to have Dr. B as their mum, teaching them life.
When you actually called me for this, you were telling me, right, like when we were discussing that you're going to come out with this podcast. I was secretly wishing you are going to call me on this. In my profession, I am called for a lot of podcasts and everything. You don't want to do everything because it's only like a very professional relationship with most of them. It's only like doctor-related questions. It's just a Q&A. But with you, I knew I can be myself. I can be a very, I can just kind of feel free.
For sure.
Which is not there all the time.
That's why we wanted you on our podcast, because this is not just about your beauty or your skincare. It's about showing up. It's about being that woman and like holding it all together and standing tall and straight. And I'm sure, like, with what's gone on in my life as well, there's nothing that you do not know. You've always told me, this is going to be just like how Rave keeps telling me, it's going to be over. You've been that other person. We're like, Anusha, I have no doubts. Like, whenever I'm feeling low, I come to you and you're like, why do you even go down that spiral, right? Like, you've had your fair share of storms, ups, downs, everything. Because it's a two-way street, dog. So this is a podcast about not just the glamour, the glitz. We put in the hard work along with the glamour and the glitz. And it takes a different kind of courage to do that.
Because you have to go on no matter what.
Yes.
And how you can go on is to be healthy. I think also have the right people around you.
That's
and
very important.
Whenever I look at Rave, I get a little jealous because I'm a single child. And I'm very glad about that because I don't have to share anything with anyone. But when I see your relationship, and
always said that.
I have seen her uplift you, be there like a pillar. And I've kind of felt a little jealous about that I don't have a sister like her.
You
have
her. It's such a beautiful relationship because you don't get to see this as well. Like I sometimes feel that you are her child.
Right.
And it's vice versa as well. And also for your kids, I've seen that she's a second mother. Maybe she's the first mother.
I think we go to her for all the fun things, and I don't think she can ever yell at them, like ever say no to them. Somehow they know she's the fun mom. That's what it's like. No, the real mom is like, oh my God, we're scared of her. But where is she? Like last night, literally my son had a meltdown. Oh, I want to go to Itti's on my day. Bye, I'm going to party. Like, I have a long day tomorrow.
That way I think I truly lucked out. I have this whole, I'm such a home bird and I'm so happy being at home because I have all these people at home. And I truly keep saying spending time with my nephews is probably only second to spending time with her. And they'll actually come up to me and be like, who do you like more, Amma or me? And it will be like a tough call for me to actually say. But I think I lucked out because she had kids. So when we decided to have you on board and we decided, we were thinking of, okay, we did not actually, to be honest, we did not even think of, okay, how do we take this conversation? And that's what we were talking about with our team also just before you could come, that the conversations would just flow effortlessly. And it has so far, but we also have to remind our listeners that you are the ace dermatologist, because right now it just feels like, okay, 3 friends on a couch. So to reinstate that fact, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions related to what you do. Let's break into myths or miracles, or just fun skincare. So the first one, if it burns or tingles, it's working.
Not every time, but initially when you're using prescription grade skincare, there can be a reaction of burning or tingling sensation, which means the actives are penetrating into your skin and they are of a certain percentage which is needed for it to be in prescription grade and for it to kind of affect your skin. So I would say most of the time, yes, it's going to be a green tick for that.
Okay. Wow, amazing. That's something that I just say and I don't even know if it's real.
If I try something and you know how sensitive my skin is, and she'll always be like, it's tingling notes working.
But then
Yeah.
she's also right about the fact that, there are people who are very atopic, we say. That is, they have a certain level of sensitivity that they are born with.
Right.
That is, if you have a history of like asthma, wheezing, dust allergy, there can be, certain people who will react too much to
Right.
a certain grade of medications. And
Right.
yes, we do have to kind of tighter the medication a bit, bring it down.
Okay, the next one. Using a 10-step Korean routine is the only way to have
See,
glass.
I am a doctor who does give a lot of skincare to apply because, using certain ingredients first as individual products and then applying the rest is important for a kind of effect the different layers of skin.
Yeah.
Right.
So having a very synergistic approach of one product after the other, layering technique is definitely recommended. But when it comes to Korean 10 skin, like
Yeah.
10 step, it's very different when you're picking up products from a grocery store or a higher end makeup or a makeup dispensing brand. That is very different from what your doctor would give you.
100%.
So if you're using again doctor dispensed skincare, using the layering method is very important.
Be it the influencers or like anyone, they're always going to these countries abroad and they're like exclusive Korean shops which sell Korean products.
Absolutely.
Or they're making an entire reel about their morning routine or get ready with me. I don't know, sometimes I get carried away too,
It's not
but
just
I'll never
you.
go and
a
buy
lot
it.
of people.
I never go and buy it, you know me, my
Yeah.
loyalty is always like, 'cause
Yeah.
nobody knows my skin better than you, my product. But I'll always be wondering, like the number of people that see that buy that, and you give a 10 on 10 or a 9 on 10.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about skin products, even hairstyling products or,
See, Koreans are way ahead when it comes to aesthetic medicine and
Mm-hmm.
dermatology. So if you're going to a dermatologist and picking up your products, and you're picking up Korean, like especially South Korean products, which are pharmaceutical, then
Right.
it's very different because they are amazing when it comes to technology.
Right.
Like there's something called exosomes, which are stem cell extracts. You know that, I've given that. Okay. And you have both home care and in-clinic treatments.
Right.
And South Korea is the biggest hub for that. It's
Yeah.
about
Right.
what you use, who is giving it to you, and
Yeah.
how you use it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen these night routines. There's something called the snail. Am I saying it the
Absolutely
right
right,
way?
yeah.
Oh.
It's literally like the slime that comes out of the
Ew.
snail, and you put it on your
like a
face and let
garden
it.
snail, the one that crawls.
Yeah, again,
Yeah.
even the strength of that matters. So if you're
Right.
using a prescription grade of that, it's very different.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it's more like a hydrator. It does have some anti-aging properties.
Right.
But as I said, from where are you buying your skincare?
Right.
Nobody would go and check your anything regarding your cardiovascular health from the.
No.
Yeah.
But then with skin, we just wing it.
Because it's
Yeah.
easily available. And it's a big business.
Right.
That, like the number of unaware people who would have probably said that I am a fair skinned girl, like light skinned girl, and she's more like a brown skinned girl.
Absolutely.
And both of us can still have great skin. The number of people would have asked me, like when I actually went through that transformation phase after my kid was born, and like when I took my skincare, I did have a dermatologist before that,
Yeah.
but then I wanted something which will last longer. Like I'm going and putting in that kind of money.
And which has an effect, I feel.
Definitely, because
You want to see changes.
Yeah, from time immemorial, when I had back acne problems or facial acne or whatever it was, I've always had dermatologists treat me for that grade,
Yeah.
you know. And then when I came to adulthood, I was like, okay, I'm spending this amount of money on all these peels and everything, like a pumpkin peel or whatever that they were selling back then in the time. But it'll be like just like a facial. That's
Absolutely.
it. And it's something that you would get in a beauty parlor or something, but much more like expensive, like So I decided, okay, I need to go to a doctor who. That's how practical.
See, when you take antioxidants, you will glow.
Yeah.
You are going to glow for sure if you're more healthy, if
go
you're
to the gym 6 times a week.
absolutely, and if your sleep is good,
Yeah.
and if you're applying skincare and you're taking
Eating
proper
clean.
nutraceuticals,
Yeah, yeah.
you
Right.
don't have deficiencies. All of this really matters. It's, I think, the whole package.
And I bet it also takes a lot for your client to stay dedicated to whatever you ask them to stick to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can give the best of products, or you can give the best of routine, but how far are they willing to stick to it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And be disciplined in that
Yeah.
also goes a long way, I feel.
Correct. And I do find sometimes when it comes to dermatology now, there are a lot of options. There's a lot of quackery as well. So
Right.
there are non-medical people practicing medicine. There are a lot of
Right.
skin clinics which are not even skin clinics.
Right.
And we have patients who've been like, they have gone to these clinics, they've used products which are not approved, and
Right.
they have spoiled their skin, they've come back to us.
Right.
And it's okay, we will take them back, because as a doctor I have to be
Yeah.
ethical on that front.
Right.
But we do educate them that it's important that you use something which is researched, look at the actives, and also your skin will not stay the same.
So this is the last question. So are you telling me the do-it-yourself
Yeah.
stuff like, say, a turmeric paste or even toothpaste for that matter, is that not going to solve like a pimple problem?
Absolutely not, because do it yourself, when you're going to put all of that turmeric inside your body, it's absolutely fine. But if
Right.
you're applying it, you're not going to see any change.
Okay.
Especially
So
the
eat
kind
it,
of
don't apply it.
Absolutely. You can
Okay.
eat all of these kitchen ingredients, put it
Right.
in your food, eat it,
Right.
gobble it up,
Right.
whatever. We are very
Right.
scared when we hear the word natural.
Right.
Because whatever you get now natural is first of all not even
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah.
There are a
I
lot
agree.
of preservatives in it,
Yeah.
and they add a lot of coloring agents.
Yeah.
There are a lot of fragrances that are added to make
Yeah.
it look like something else. So if
Okay.
you're using curcumin or hydrotetracurcumin, which comes in creams, that works different. You take a curcumin supplement, like a manjal supplement,
like
Right.
you've
then
given me
it's
one,
different.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. It's a beautiful
curcumin,
antioxidant.
Yeah, like
Right.
ginger,
So,
curcumin, and tulsi, I think.
All of these, what you get, like plant-based actives and supplements, they are great, but they again it has to come under a pharmaceutical or like a line which is safe for you to
Yeah.
take. Like
Right.
the method you're going to take them is important.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember how you actually educated me on a certain level how I should switch it up and like switch it down when my
Yeah,
skin,
yeah.
because you always keep saying your skin is so sensitive, like, but
Yeah.
you always said my skin is sensitive. Never complained about working on it, doc. I'm so grateful for it, because I always have these horrible reactions sometimes when I'm traveling and like extreme weathers back when I used to travel a lot. And as much as you said I do respect your private space, but you've also given me the space to like call you at like odd time zones. Dog, I'm here.
But you're the only one I entertain there, because I love you a lot.
I'm so grateful.
Because
for
I
that.
really wait for your calls, and it you know something that we talk for a long time,
and we
then
crack each other
like
up
the
so
consultation is for like 2 minutes.
Right? It's always like I see you and I instantly feel so good, because it's not just about skincare or anything like that. We talk about everything and how to go about everything else as well. And we are discussing, hey, this happened, I don't know how to deal with this person. On that note, I really wanted to know. I've never asked you this behind
Yeah.
closed doors
Yeah.
or anything like that. But
Yeah.
now, what is the craziest and the most probably glamorous but ridiculous request that you would have probably gotten from a client?
I don't know about glamorous, but ridiculous, so many.
Nobody has ever asked you, I need a product with like Himalayan glacial water for
All
me."
that, yes. All that, yes.
Oh my god, really? Oh my god, I was just throwing it in. Oh my God.
So in spite of me as a professional educating them on what they really need and what are the right methods and technologies, WhatsApp consultations.
No way.
Because you know what, I sometimes feel, I am a doctor and
Yeah.
I'll have to see you in person, examine
Yeah.
your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do have a team of doctors. It's
Of
like,
course, yeah.
we are a firm of doctors.
Yeah.
And I feel that for me to give you the right prescription, I'll need to see you in person. Or at least
I
do like
bet.
an online consultation where I can have the chat with you, talk to you. It's like a very professional approach.
Yeah.
So they just send me pictures and I'm supposed to treat them on WhatsApp.
The entire time. the
Yeah,
whole thing
and video calling me in the middle of night, and
No way.
it does affect your family life in that
was-
way.
yeah, because
sure.
I know for a fact you're there, you're present in your clinic all the time, and you're not one of those people who, I always say that to you, you're up and about and doing everything. I ask you, how do you have the energy? And then you're going back and you're chilling with your kids too, because I know when you go to Marina Beach with your little boy and your two beautiful girls, or you're going out with your husband, like the whole gang, and it's very essential to draw that line,
I think I would say this to every professional. Once you cross 35, I really feel that you don't have enough energy to give for everyone.
Yeah.
You'll have to
definitely.
preserve and conserve your
Yeah,
energy
yeah.
and give it to people only who deserve it. Even
Yeah.
I would say when it comes to consultations, I want to really spend time for anyone who really wants to improve their skin.
Right.
It has
100%, yeah.
nothing to do with how much money they want to spend, or
Yeah.
even however higher end client they may be. I
Yeah.
think it's beyond that. It's more of how much they are ready to invest in themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
For me to give them that
Yeah,
time.
that
Right.
commitment.
Yeah. So I think it's when it comes to the ridiculousness, it's all of this
Yeah.
put together.
Yeah, and I'm sure you have a lot of clients who travel abroad and like are
Yeah.
exposed to a lot of luxury products.
Absolutely,
Like you know,
absolutely,
they are
yeah.
always there in any of those high-end streets, or Fifth Ave, or like you know
Yeah.
Oxford Street,
Yeah.
or anything like that. But can you actually honestly say they
Yeah.
will equate or be as good as your medical grade ingredients like a retinol or a I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, tetinoin,
Yeah, tretinoin, yeah.
and your chemical peels?
What we consider as higher end skincare, which are these beautiful couture brands that come
Yeah.
out with skincare, but they're actually manufacturing bags or
Yeah.
clothes. They're into all of that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to skincare, I think clinical research matters.
Right.
And a lot of clinical data papers on how many clinical trials they've had. I think all that matters when it comes to using prescription grade skincare. Like it's something that has to work, right?
Yeah.
So even if you have retinol in a low percentage, it's not going to work.
Yeah, yeah.
It has to be in a certain percentage for it to penetrate
and how many
into
of us
skin.
are actually
Right.
reading the
Yeah,
ingredients
and kind of
before?
like stimulate your skin cells
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it to bring that change.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when you said tretinoin, it's a very intense form of vitamin A,
Okay.
which cannot be bought without prescription.
Okay.
Right.
In fact, it will react a bit too much. The first 6 weeks, it can be dry, red, itchy. I'll really have to counsel my patient or client to say that you are going to react.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
prepared for
For
that.
it. Yeah.
And when you react, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
don't get scared. Don't
Yeah.
think it's like a negative reaction.
Yeah.
So unless you prepare the patient, you cannot give them such a thing. So when it comes to the so-called luxury skincare,
Yeah.
it cannot change, like it cannot treat acne, it cannot treat pigmentation, it
Right.
cannot work as an anti-aging product. Probably it can be like a temporary hydration can be provided.
Yeah.
It'll have that feel good effect. It's the packaging is so beautiful,
Yeah.
smells
Smells
good,
good,
and you
yeah.
feel
Ad
you're
is
using
so
that
nice.
brand,
Right.
and yeah, all that is okay.
Yeah.
But then skincare on a long-term basis, no.
But you don't think twice before, someone will not think twice before they, you know, splurge and buy
Yeah.
something, and then you come to a doctor,
Yeah.
and then they give you something, and
Yes.
then they're like, oh, I need a discount, or oh, this is too
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
I myself have heard people like, you know, when they come up to me and I'll be like, I remember one time when we don't actually think twice before we buy a YSL lipstick or a
Yeah.
lip balm or
Yeah.
anything like that. But then for me, it's always been like that. Like
Yeah.
a doctor, she's a doctor, she knows what she's doing. So,
Yeah.
you know, I would put on my blinders
Yeah.
and just follow that. That's
Yeah.
a different kind of discipline and dedication. I feel you need to give it to your
So
doctor
that's
too.
the confusion I said. Somebody is making makeup.
Yeah.
They cannot make skincare that can change skin.
Yes, 100%.
Right.
It's very different.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to involve doctors there. You
Yeah.
have to involve scientists there.
Yeah.
Yes, there are some of the luxury brands which has a very good R&D team, but it cannot be the same as
Yeah.
prescription grade.
So last but not the least,
Yeah.
I bet you have so many clients who come up to you and, you know, probably are talking about how they tried everything under the sun, but the skin
Yeah.
is still not getting better.
Yeah.
But it might be something as simple, something really simple. But do you ever see those clients and you just feel like saying, you know what, just wash your face and go to bed. Just don't go to bed with your makeup or your
Yes,
mascara
yes,
or like
very
remove
much.
the lipstick.
Yeah.
from
I
the
think
lips.
removing makeup is very, very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important. One thing I do for myself, however long in the night, like if I'm really busy, I even go out for a movie and I come back. If it's 1 or 2 in the night, I still wash my face and I do my skincare. In fact, sometimes
Right.
I don't have time to do so many things in the clinic itself because I'm treating my
Right.
patients, I'm there for them. But
Yeah.
I feel guilty to do something for myself, you know, if
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
doing in the
yeah,
clinic. But what I do for myself is definitely to remove my makeup, and I do wear
Right.
makeup. I
Yeah.
love makeup.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you don't have good skin, makeup doesn't look great.
Apart from all this luxury and apart from all this glitz and glam, what is your day like when you take
Yeah.
your day off?
Yeah.
Like, what is a day in Dr. V's life when you actually wind down and you say, okay, this is a perfect day of relaxation? Do you actually take one? First, I have a
See-
doubt like that. First and foremost, you must be okay with doing something like that because you're such a busy body.
You're absolutely right. I think I do have that disorder where I have to work every day.
Yeah.
Right.
And I find it more now as I get older that I need that validation, which I don't know how to put it across, but I do have to be connected to my work every day.
Yeah.
But what I enjoy the most would be like just to stay at home,
Yeah.
be with the children, be at home.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, organize my things, you know, sleep watch Netflix.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
only this much,
Right.
Yeah.
nothing beyond this.
That,
I think
yeah.
this is what I enjoy the most.
I guess that would be a Dr. B that nobody got to see that but us, right? Like
You know what?
it
Like
was-
we are all different shades of brown. There is a lot of body shaming or color
Yeah.
shaming.
yeah.
Right.
A lot of colorist, I must say, in a way,
Yeah.
where when Anusha was saying that both of you are sisters, but
Yeah.
you all are very different in
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
ways, but yet the same.
Yeah.
Such beautiful women, but the different shades of brown.
Yeah,
And
100%.
for me, as I get older, even as a child, they used to tell me like, you like நீங்க லட்சணமா இருக்கீங்க ஆனா it's okay even if you're a little dark, you're very
yeah,
lachanam,
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. I think I'm
Right.
sure
that stigma
a lot
needs
of us
to go.
get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So when I I grew up with that
That,
mindset,
yeah,
but
yeah.
then as I got older, I realized it's just about looking youthful.
Yeah.
100%.
It's not, and having a glowing complexion,
Yeah.
looking young
Flawless.
and vibrant,
Yeah.
and not looking haggard. And it's not about wanting to look young
Yeah.
in some other way.
Yeah.
Being youthful,
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
mentally, physically,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
it's so many factors
Yeah.
put together. So when you see that version of me,
Yeah.
that's what I love about myself now.
Guys, that's the truth. That really is the truth.
Wow.
This is a woman here who I absolutely love. Both of us did not
Yeah.
even have any second guesses about having who should be
Yeah.
our first guest. Somebody who's always wished us both well, wished me
Yeah.
well, because with everything that goes on, it's very easy to pass off judgment.
Yes,
you know?
very much,
People
very
do
much.
that instantly and immediately. And when it came to you, although I just walked into your thing, you were like, you were taking guesses as to like, did they send you here? Did they recommend? Did B recommend C? I said, no, doc, I found you. And you were so
I still didn't
happy.
believe it first because most of the time, most of the clients or patients we get, somebody refers them.
Yeah, yeah.
And with you, I still didn't believe it for a long time. Of course, now I believe
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think, it didn't seem real at that
Yeah, because
time.
the connection was too good to be true,
Yeah.
right? You do not find this kind of connection anywhere. It's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Like you feed off on my energy, I feed off on your energy, and every time you're posting, I'll be your number one.
Yes, you'll be liking
like
it.
the first one, like be it any post, be it even when you came out with your new line of, your
Skincare,
moisturizer, your skincare, that was the right word I was looking for. That moisturizer is to die for. Can you believe I'm done with that box? I wanted to come and pick up
I
one.
actually like that serum.
I
Yeah.
I
The
like
day
that. I
serum.
like all. Now I think predominantly my skincare has pigment 1, 2, 3, and like I love all of
The
it. I love
wipes, I think the
the
wipes.
wipes. Oh my god! This is the first time I'm trying the wipes because you've never given me the wipes until
Yeah,
like this
yeah.
time when you changed it. Yeah, you
your
can tell
energy.
it's your
It really
energy
is.
that shows out in the place that you've got from this whole wellness center, one of a kind thing, and I can proudly say I've tried all of the services, like even the oxygen bar, the hydrogen bar,
therapy,
like
the lymphatic drainage.
and all of that. And when you have an intense running session, like when you're running a 5K or when you're doing like a beep test or like you're playing tennis like intensely, and you try this and
And I know how you train.
I know. Don't
It's like an athlete.
I know. It's all come together in a certain sense, and when you do train like that and you come and try out the whole, the body balance.
You would give competition to anyone who's been trained. Like I'm talking about someone like a different gender, like a guy who's training. I've seen
I take
you
pride in
train
that.
with these
Absolutely.
athletes.
Yeah. We are in an athlete monitoring group where there are 18 top athletes in that group, and I'm the oldest. I'm 37 years old, and the rest of them all like are from the age of 19 to 25, and I'm always topping them off in that athlete monitoring community, at least in the first half of the day, because they all wake up the rest of the day and then they do their trials and all of that. But me, I go back to my kids, I take care of my husband's stuff and home and my work and all those stuff, and I take pride in it. I really take pride because I work for it. Like it's when, like I say, right, I always say this, when you can back it up, it's not called bragging.
See, something that I've really been inspired about you is that you never give up on yourself.
100%.
You never
Dog.
gave up on yourself in
Never. 'Cause you have
any kind of calamity that you actually
yeah.
faced. I've seen that you've been there for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what everybody
Yeah.
should.
Should strive to
They
be.
should be there for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something that I admire in you too, Doc. What are you talking about?
Because nobody else is going to stand by us.
100%.
Yeah.
Because only when you do that are you going to show up for the rest of the world in full capacity. When you cannot
Absolutely.
like show up for yourself in full capacity, when you don't do that bare minimum.
Yep.
Like people think investment is like so many bigger and much more complicated stuff, but it starts with something as simple as self-care.
Yep.
Right? So that is something that I admire in you too, Doc. So it's a two-way street, you know? So,
Yeah.
but what the next thing that I actually wanted to move on was with the rapid fire thing.
Yes.
Okay, Doc. So basically, we're going to get to our rapid fire down, and me and Rave have actually put together a bunch of questions. But I'm going to hand it over to Rave because if I start talking to you, it'll never be like it'll go like an endless conversation and not a rapid fire. And I'm going to hand it over to Rave, and I'll try my level best not to button. Like no.
Okay, let's see. Let's see
It's a
for how
challenge.
long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so first question, Doc. Most overrated skincare product.
Moisturizer.
Moisturizer. No way. I wouldn't have
Absolutely.
ever thought.
See, what happens is all the commercial moisturizers that buy and use, the common brands that is used by the common man, and what we also assume is absolutely needed is it can actually kind of clog your pores. So we
Okay.
have these water holding cells in our skin,
Right.
what we say glycosaminoglycans. These are like in the deep layer of your skin, the second layer, and they get completely detached or they get dysfunctional the minute you apply these traditional so-called moisturizers, which are
Okay.
nothing but oils.
No
Okay.
way. I was too
Yeah,
years
I would have
old.
never.
So it's
Yeah.
about using hydrators and
Okay.
what we call as functional moisturizers.
Okay.
Okay.
So that should have a bit of, you know, like yes, of course, skin barrier repairing agents like ceramides and all, but even it can have retinols and antioxidants and all.
Okay, next one. Luxury treatment worth the hype.
Microneedling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It
Okay.
has to be done again differently for different people. Depends on the skin thickness.
Right.
So for Anusha, she's got like thin to medium. And we have
Okay.
to look at the fat content of the face as well because we don't want to reduce too much fat.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need fat on your face as you
Yeah.
get older.
Yeah.
Though a lot of people are doing like buccal fat removal and all of that.
Right.
But you have to be careful about microneedling, but it's definitely amazing.
So next one. Your go-to travel essentials.
Travel essentials, definitely a sunscreen. I know
Right.
everybody talks about it.
Right.
But a sunscreen which is tinted.
Okay.
And it has a bit of iron oxide. Because
Right.
to prevent pigmentation, and especially for our skin, which is complex and deviated, we react
Right.
poorly to sun exposure.
Right.
And it's important to use like a tinted sunscreen with iron oxide, which actually prevents and controls hyperpigmentation.
Right.
And of course, more of zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, like a mineral sunscreen.
I actually have a tinted sunscreen because I feel like, okay, I'm putting a tinted sunscreen.
Yeah, and gives you a good
So,
finish.
yeah, it does, it does.
Yeah, like
That's
a primer
true.
finish.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. A skincare rule you happily break.
A skincare?
A skincare rule you happily break.
I would happily break.
Yeah.
I would again go back to saying like a moisturizer.
Okay.
Because you don't need to over moisturize.
Okay.
Right.
If your skin can produce the right amount of water by itself, you don't
Right.
need to hydrate it just like that.
Right.
What about double cleansing, Doc?
I think it's essential if you wear makeup.
Okay.
Okay.
And cleansing is definitely very important.
Okay.
Preferably like with AHA, BHAs, like we say alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids, because
Right.
it can kind of remove sebum, which is oil,
Yeah.
and that
Right.
creates a lot of inflammation, major reason for acne and hyperpigmentation in
Right.
our skin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last one. One life lesson skincare has taught you.
I think consistency, because for
Okay.
skincare, I think
Yeah.
you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anything you do in life, you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
take a break once in a while
Yeah.
because
Right.
there are those low days. But
Yeah.
you know, you strive to do something repeatedly
Yeah.
to your utmost, fullest energy, and
Yeah.
you give yourself. I mean, you give everything
Yeah.
to that,
Yeah.
and you will succeed. So it's
Yeah,
about being
that's true.
consistent. Yes.
That's true. Nice. So that's a wrap on our rapid fire.
Yes, and I think we should take this moment to thank not just the celebrity dermatologist, my best friend. I could happily, gladly, and I'll authentically say it anywhere. Like we might not be texting each other, but we definitely get on a late night
Yes.
call once in a blue moon and crack about everything. And probably we'd be the only two people she'd break her Sunday rule and like, you know what guys, I want to show you my new place, and she'd probably take us around and like, confidant, my secret keeper, the person who makes me glow from inside and out. you
Yeah,
know?
inside out being the
Yeah,
operatory
like-
phrase. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's taught us that
Yeah.
skincare is not just for vanity, but
Yeah.
it is for your sanity too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't just, yeah. But also, I feel like you're a living testament of this saying that says the happiest girls are the prettiest girls.
Yes,
100%. Yeah.
And you live up to it.
yeah,
and
you
how?
do. You do.
So,
I think
ener-
all of us here, because
Yeah.
I think what we had today is pure friendship and
Yeah.
respect and love for each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
I think a lot of respect as well. It's
Yeah,
not just
like
love.
huge
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah,
Like I think
it's-
and a lot of admiration.
Yes, a
Yeah.
lot of admiration, and you know, for me personally, I meet a lot. I meet 30, 40 people in a
Yeah.
day. Different energies, different human beings
Yeah.
with a lot of concerns, a lot of
Yeah.
negativity, toxicity, all of
Yeah.
that. And there are very few people who can actually give back energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as a doctor, you're also like a therapist, otherwise
Yeah.
you're kind of
100%,
counseling
yeah.
and all of
Yeah.
that. But there are very few times I can also get re-energized,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that I've always felt with you. And I'm so grateful for that.
Same, doc. I deeply, deeply appreciate that too. Because by end of seeing 30, 40 people, here you are meeting me by end of the day, and your energy is exuberant, ebbing and flowing, there to fill in mine as well. Like, you know, it's a two-way street. So I think today, as our first guest episode, I think we can
But definitely not the last time she'd be
and
here.
you're going to be seeing more of her
Yeah.
in seasons to come, because she's been this person for me who's told me, hey, you're on the right path, you're going to
Yeah.
do the right thing, and giving me these ideas. And
She always comes back home and she has something that you said, you know, words of wisdom, and she's like, I feel so much better because I heard it from her. So
Yeah.
every time she comes home
100%,
after
100%.
your consultation,
I feel she's part of me somewhere, you know, like
Yeah.
I feel like one of my children sometimes. Like, you know how you pray for your children?
yeah.
Yeah.
You feel like you want the best for them.
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
it about her because I've seen that she's worked so hard.
Yeah.
All her life, like from the time I've known her. And it's again consistent effort to
Yeah.
improve herself, others around her.
Yeah.
Everybody becomes better around her.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
And you literally are a living version of that. Or you do that to people in real time also. You make them look better, and you make me feel better and look better. So I can like, what do I say? It's not something you just say. This kind of connection you don't just like script it. Like literally, our creative director had to be like, guys. So yeah, like I'm so glad I've had you on our show, and like, you know, you're the first
Yeah.
guest. And we couldn't have
Yeah.
asked for a
We're so happy
better
that you
start.
came on
Like,
board.
you just
And-
came here with your energy, and I told them all. We were all sitting together and having lunch, and I told them all, you wait and watch. She's gonna walk in,
Yeah.
and with that energy, you will.
Yeah,
I
and
won't-
that
I'm not
you
gonna say
did.
anything.
You just
I was
waltzed in
a
like
bit
a
nervous
solitaire.
because I know it's not just going to be, you know, Q&As like
Yeah.
what is usually asked. It's
Yeah.
going to go beyond that, where
Yeah.
it's very, this, you know, it's not censored and very
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a feel-good podcast
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
we are having people whom we have a personal connection with,
Rapport
who
with.
have enriched us, who've built us, who've pieced us in ways that only we would know. You
And
know?
not just that, I think we always were clear about this one thing. Let's have people who are as real as it gets,
yeah,
right?
and you
Yeah.
are
And you
as
check that box like again
all
and
of
again and
it,
again.
all
So
of it, because you cannot put up a fast like this. It takes a lot of effort to be this way if it doesn't come naturally.
I know
Yeah.
your crew was just telling us we've spoken for hours together now.
right?
Maybe
I
the
know.
memory card
So
is probably
on that
saying,
note,
okay,
guys,
enough,
right?
enough.
On that note, stay hydrated.
wear your sunscreen.
And we have Dr. B here on our podcast, Two Peas in a Pod. You have any questions for her, you can leave it in our comments. We might probably read it out
Yeah.
as a reel with her in a much more toned down setup.
And a shorter
Yeah.
version.
Thanks for being here with us. We're just grateful you could join this amazing conversation with Dr. B.
And thanks for having me, because I wish I am your lucky mascot to kickstart this
I
amazing
believe and
journey.
trust that.
You know, it's very rarely we find such a beautiful combination of two beautiful women
Yeah.
with great energy and creativity.
Yeah.
Right.
That I think is in abundance with you guys. And hope to see you in the season 2 if you will call me.
Yeah, please. We
100%
wouldn't
dog.
want it any other
You're
way.
going to be back
That's
for
why
every
Dr. B-
season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why Dr. B is our first
Yeah.
guest. You know, the note that we start off on is always the high
Yeah.
note.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Doc. Thank you.
Thank
really.
you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. Thanks a lot.
Great, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I've not got it for 2 hours.